Most introverted men assume that improving automatically makes them more noticeable. That's an assumption, and that's false. People will tell you to work harder, to be better, to improve your habits, to be more physically fit. But the idea is while you're becoming better internally, externally it's not showing because others don't register that because it's simply just you improving inside but now outside. Now, what do I mean by explanation, right? Improvement itself is an internal change based on the actions that you did to get that change. So think of it like a domino effect. First, you go to the gym, you work out a little bit more, you feel a change inside because your confidence rises as you feel yourself getting bigger and bigger. But if you don't bring your identity from there to where you're at now, then that doesn't mean anything. People will still treat you the same way. For example, let's say maybe 5 years ago, right? I was young and immature. But as I grew older, my face got more mature, my physical fitness got more better, but I'm still mature. I'm still mature. The way for me to kind of close that gap is if I just act appropriately to my reality. I bring that into my reality. Now, I know right now I'm speaking kind of like a abstract things. I'm just saying things that doesn't really make any sense. But I like to kind of give you practical steps on how to do things. But I also want to explain, right? Some things you can do now is by raising your standards, tying your discipline, and restructure your identity. Meaning that, let's start with one. What does raise your standards mean? Standards itself is a word that has many different facets of that. For example, your standards of physical fitness. You may not want to be 50% body fat. Your goal, you always try to get to 10% body fat. Standards for your clothing. For example, let's say that you no longer like wearing sloppy clothes. Now you like wearing clothes that fit you. Let's say your friends. Maybe your friends' standards. Maybe you want friends who are more physically fit. Friends who like to go out more, who like to do more things, right? But here's some things that I want to kind of throw out to you so you can self-audit yourself. If maybe these things are happening to you, that means your identity is still here and not caught up to where you at right here. That first one is people still treat you the same even after you improved. Second one, you believe effort equals visibility. That third one is you expect attention as a byproduct of progress. That fourth one, you hesitate to show updated behavior based on where you are at currently. So you still pull the identity out. You still have the same behaviors here, but they haven't caught to here yet. And last, you're silent while waiting to be seen. If those hit you, then this video is for you. Here's some correction that you can do now to help you become better. If you didn't know, visibility is not the product of self-improvement. Because self-improvement is the product of you changing yourself internally. It could be externally as well, but it involves more of your identity of who you are, whether it's your character, your values, your character, your values, your traits, whatever you want to put on that, right? It's a product though of change registration. You must update the way you show yourself to others before that visibility will happen towards you, before they will see you the way you want them to see you. That doesn't mean being louder. What that does mean though is behaving in a way that reflects your internal thoughts into the real world. Here's some practical steps that I believe will help you achieve that. That first one is when you walk into the room, step in and hold posture for a beat. Meaning that when you walk into a room, stand tall, lean back, put your chest out, roll your shoulders back, and just be present in that moment. Be calm in that moment. That second one is look at one person before speaking. Now, I had some videos about this before that explain how to actually speak to people without making them being awkward. You can just look through one of my previous videos for that. That next one is deliver one point clearly without softeners. Like, what's the bad thing about being direct and blunt? What's so bad about that? Of course, you can soften it a little bit more, But to be able to express your thoughts freely while also having the intellectual capacity to be able to move your way around words and say things that make sense in a way that others can fully accept them, that's how you grow. That's how you change perception of yourself into the world. Read more, do more, be better. I know that's a broad spectrum of words that's just used, but think of the sub-behaviors that make up those words to help you become better. And that last one, let silence breathe after you finish speaking. Don't apologize for you being more improved than you were before. Don't apologize for being who you are now. Don't bury your change in avoidance of people or situations that you otherwise would not do. What you shouldn't be doing is asking for attention. You should be allowing the attention to register to you by just simply being there, being present in that moment. That's the difference between being improved and being visible. Put those two together and you become a whole new man, right? To finish this off, as like a culmination of all these things, growth that stays inside you stays visible. If you want to be seen, you must first allow the world to register your change presence.